it's almost a little bit embarrassing. I claim to be, the wrestling engineer, and the fact that I haven't been able to properly portray that in the sense of getting the victory, the 1, 2, 3, then it is a little bit shameful in a way. I don't think people have seen the best of Ronnie Knocks.
Welcome back to Grapple Theory. Thanks so much for joining us once again. And if you've read the title of this video, you know already that our guest this week is the awesome Ronnie Knocks. Ronnie, thank you so much for coming on the Grapple Theory podcast. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Thanks again for having me on the podcast. Yeah.
No, of course. It's great to have you. It's great to have you here. I was going to ask, we always start each sort of like episode by asking our guests, like, how has your year been? Like, not just sort of August, like start of the year to August, but like the last 12 months. How have the last 12 months been for Ronnie Knocks?
It's been good for the most part, yeah. I feel like particularly this year I've been able to go to a lot of different more promotions, so spread my wings a little bit in that sense. I always want to I always have like lofty goals and want to do more, so I haven't ticked everything off the list, but I can't complain with what I've done so far. So yeah, it's been more to improve upon, I'd say.
No, that's good. I think that's always good, isn't it? It's like you don't want to check everything off the list, right? You still want to have things to aspire to.
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, that's the kind of way of saying it. Yeah, still got a lot of still got some ground to get on, but we're on our way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing as well, like that I think is really nice, because as someone who's watched you wrestle for a while, I feel like it's the case where, like you say, this year is the year you've sort of been able to branch out, go to a few more promotions, but you've been putting in the hard graft for like a long time. It must be nice to finally have that moment where like you're starting to branch out and get noticed more places.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it does feel like when you're in the moment and you're doing the work, and it's just like, oh, am I gonna get the fruits of my labor, or is anyone gonna really, pay attention? So then when it does start to slowly happen, then it does feel, gratification is definitely the word that I use for that. But yeah, as I said before, I still feel like I've still got ways to go. I don't feel like I've properly like cemented my legacy or name per se, and I don't think people have seen the best of Ronnie Knocks per se. So I'm hoping like now, so over time, then slowly but surely people will be able to then put I feel people haven't been able to like properly see what I'm all about, so hopefully it's only a matter of time before that all changes.
Yeah, sure. Have there been any like particular like highlights from this year that like sort of stand out for you in particular as like, oh, that was a big moment, that was like a cool moment, that was an important moment, or something like that?
I don't even remember if it was this year, but I wrestled Kanji at everything. I think it was last year actually, and I felt like I needed to really prove myself on that one, just because she's such a big entity in Brit wrestling currently. So I feel like that one was also quite a big one for me. Whether I feel like I completely showed what I had, I'm not sure about that, but that's definitely something that at least in the future, if I was to wrestle her again, I would definitely take from what I did last time and hopefully improve upon that. But as well as also just making an appearance at RevPro, that was also a goal of mine. Even though it was only just a small piece of the pie, I hope to then also just make an appearance later on in the future, and hopefully, the RevPro fans can almost get behind Ronnie Knocks a little bit more.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was going to say like that's a really cool thing as well, because again, like we've spoken to so many people on the podcast about how demanding Andy Quildan is from his talent, from the people he books on his shows, and the fact that like if you're getting like, even if it's like not, hopefully like in your case, like again, not a one-off, like even if it's just like that first booking, you're doing something right, because again, Andy is like so demanding and like so specific about what he wants from the talent that's on his show.
No, and I completely understand that as well, just because he has so many other wrestlers from different countries and from big promotions who are coming to do his shows. So yeah, you have to expect the best from the talent. If he's gonna have you there, then yeah, you have to deliver. So that's completely understandable. So I just hope to like continue to make more appearances in other promotions, make a name for myself in order to then almost hopefully get that invitational, no, show that body of work that I can go not just to RevPro but to other promotions as well, and people then be excited again to see the engineering work.
For sure, for sure. I was going to say, so for anyone who is sort of like listening to this show early on and maybe isn't as familiar with your work, not in terms of your style, but in terms of who Ronnie Knocks, the engineer, is, how would you describe her? How would you who is the engineer essentially? Who is Ronnie Knocks?
Ronnie Knocks is someone who is constantly fighting from underneath. The way I was trained and wrestled was a lot of the British style, hold for hold, almost World of Sport style wrestling. So that's a big component of how I wrestle and how I get how I come across to the crowd, just making sure that even if I am fighting from underneath, I will always have a hold on you, per se. Literally, yeah, have a hold on you and try and get the upper hand in that sense. But also just like a rugged, if you push me, I'm not afraid to fight back, get in your face, throw hands or throw fists, Ronnie Knocks. So yeah, literally any in that sense. Also just expect the unexpected from Ronnie, and not everything that, don't judge a book by its cover. Another big component for that.
No, I love that. I think that's really important as well, because I think that's pretty spot on. Like, as a fan, that's how I think I'd describe you as well. I think that's one of the things that I think makes you as Ronnie Knocks so great and so endearing to the crowd and so likable, is the fact that, again, you are this underdog that is constantly trying and pushing and wants to succeed. And I think that I think you bring that over so well with the crowd in those settings as well.
Yeah, I suppose it's a thing of just I'm sure it's been said, it has been said before, but then anybody who's even in your everyday life, you're always having to overcome, whether that's through work or your personal life, and then you just have to constantly be on the uphand of just getting through the day. So I feel like, now that you say that, and because I am a small person, which people love to remind me of, that it's always going to be a little bit of an undertaking, because everyone is bigger than me. So I suppose in that sense that people can kind of recognize the obvious struggle of having to constantly overcome. So no, I appreciate that people can kind of relate to that and kind of get behind me with that. And even if it's just a little, I might not get the win all the time, but I'm always just going to keep on. You can't say that I'm not going to put my all out there and I don't walk away from a fight. It might be easy to, but yeah, that's just not in my DNA.
And I think that comes across really well. I think something I've got to say as well, in terms of that, is so I have a actual work friend, my proper job friend, who got taken to her first wrestling show, not last week, the show before, at the Colour Factory. The one that's just gone, the one before that. And so she knows I like wrestling, and she was like, "Oh, do you know Ronnie?" I was like, "Yeah, I know Ronnie. Obviously I don't know you personally, but I know you as a wrestler." And she was like, "Yeah, she's really great. Is she the underdog always?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's normally the underdog."
Oh, bless. Yeah.
But she really enjoyed what you put out. So yeah, she was a big fan.
Oh, it's amazing.
But it's nice that you got that. It seems like you got that across with her, especially straight away, as knowing exactly that you're this underdog character who's just going to keep plowing through and trying to get the win no matter what.
And it's just a thing of you have people who have been behind me, for which I completely appreciate, and doesn't I don't take it for granted. But then it's also that thing of having to almost show people okay, you've been behind me. I need to give you a reason to like that it's been worth it. So whether it is going to that big promotion or winning that championship, I'm gonna constantly keep trying to strive for that, just for not just myself, but for the people who have constantly either seen themselves in me or have felt underappreciated or undervalued in some way. I want to do it for them as well and show them that, it's it with hard work and over time it will come over to you. It's going to be a full circle moment. So hopefully I want to give that to them as well because they deserve it as
No, I
much
love
as
that.
well.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's brilliant. I was going to say, I mentioned Colour Factory. We've got to talk about that because you seem to be as well at the Colour Factory, the latest person on Nina Samuel's enemies list.
Yeah. If people aren't aware, the first time I made my debut, I want to say it was a year ago, at the Hustle show at the Colour Factory. I didn't even get to really soak in that moment because Nina Samuels decided it was a great idea to jump me from behind during my entrance. So, for people who don't know, on the last show, payback, as they say, is a bitch. So I came and that was gratification as well because I ended up getting the victory on that. So yeah, again, it comes full circle, and don't mess with Ronnie Knocks because I hold grudges.
I was going to say, I held it for a long time, but it's nice to get that feeling as well. Because again, Nina, okay, not going to question it. Wonderful wrestler, fantastic wrestler, but she doesn't make a lot of friends on the street. She's not very good at making friends. It must have been nice to get your, like you say, get your payback against her.
Oh, for sure. And the fact, probably because the fact that she's got she's Nina, 10
Is
belts,
she still
3
10?
belts.
Is she still 10? I can't. I've lost.
I'm pretty sure she's lost one, but yeah, regardless, she still has a lot of belts. And yeah, so in her argument, she's probably like, I don't need to make friends because I've got my titles and my friends. But yeah, in that regard, if you step on someone, then don't be surprised when they come out biting. And yeah, it would have been easy for me on the show after she jumped me to jump her back. But yeah, I like to play the long game as well. So I hold grudges, I play the long game, and when you least expect it, that's when I'm gonna come out and come in with the claws.
Yeah, when
Or
the guard's down, she thinks she's safe. She thinks she's free of you, and then you come back.
Exactly, like a disease or bad explanation, but yeah, I
That is
come in
bad.
with
Yeah,
my
no, you're better than that. We won't call you a disease. No,
no,
you're better.
no. I'll come in with my tools. I'll come in with all my tools and from the toolbox, and then that's when you least expect it. Then I'll make my move.
No, I
And
love it. I love it. And after, I mean, I know it's different promotions, but after pinning her, surely you stake a claim to one of her 500 belts, right? That
I
seems like
mean, I feel like that's the way it should work. I mean, if you get a victory, then surely, at least I should have a little taking or some of one of her belts. So
yeah.
yeah, I'll keep you posted on that.
No, Nina, Nina definitely watches the podcast. Nina, if you're watching, I mean, come on, you scared of Ronnie? What's happening? You want a
He
title
said
match?
it, not me, bro.
You want
He
a
said
title
it,
match?
not me.
Again, that elusive win that you're struggling to come by at head drop as well. I mean, like you always get on the cards as well at head drop. Though. Like it's really cool. Like in terms of obviously, like that seems to be your style. That more like technical sort of like physical style of wrestling, which is what Rob puts on with those shows. I mean, like that must be quite nice, almost like quite comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure. Especially just like it is essentially a throwback to all the old World of Sport style shows, which still inspire me to this day, and is something that I definitely won't. I want to have be almost a signature to what Ronnie Knox does, and being able to even like for that show to be almost like a showcase for that particular style, then that that does mean a lot, and in a way I feel like I have to almost prove justice to why I am here and why this style in particular is so meaningful. So the fact that I haven't been able to get the victory, it's almost it's almost a little bit embarrassing in the sense that I claim to be the wrestling engineer, the tech the tech wizard, or what people I've been constantly trying to like implement for myself, and the fact that I haven't been able to properly portray that in the sense of getting the victory, the 1, 2, 3, then it is a little bit embarrassing or quite almost shameful in a way. It's also a good representation of the British style, I like to say. Like, you look at people like the Zack Sabre Juniors and the Nigel McGuinnesses. Like, I fortunately was able to go to all in this year, and just to see them live and see the crowd reacting to Nigel and Zack Sabre Jr. and even Brian Danielson, who implemented that style into what they do, and see the crowd react to that. Like, people like to say a lot that people don't want to watch technical wrestling, but I completely disagree with that. I think it's I think it's a unique style, and that people want to see something different. And specifically, also, not many girls get to do it. So I want to be able to do it at a high level, and also, bring entertainment and also take some limbs for my own personal collection. Because
of course,
people do taxidermy. I do like limbs. I do the leg, arm, head.
I like it. That's good. I think that's nice, isn't it? Like,
of course.
You stuff them as well, though, right? Taxidermy-wise, or you just leave them like as they are?
I tend to leave it in because I have a collection of toolboxes, so I like to keep them neatly piled. One day, hopefully, I'd like to hope to get enough of a big collection so I can maybe put it in a museum.
Nice.
If people would like to say that, like, have a little plaque of, oh, this was taken during Head Drop or Hustle, or I don't know, Pro Wrestling East, and then just have a little memento of like the Ronnie Knocks collection. So
I love that. I would pay admission to that museum. I would like to see that. That would be great.
Thank you. Lofty goals, but we'll make our way there.
The bar high, you want to set the bar high.
Oh, of course, yeah, for sure.
I love that. Well, speaking of taking limbs, we're going to do that more in a more metaphorical sense right now, because we've got our first little fun feature here on the show, which is called Dishing the Dirt. And so I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to let me know which member of the locker room, be it, like you say, East or RevPro or Hustle or Head Drop or anywhere you wrestle, basically, which wrestler comes to mind, which other wrestler comes to mind for each thing that I ask you.
Okay.
So the first one is, who's always running late?
I'd say, not to throw him under the bus, but probably like Smashing Mike. Like, the amount of times that he likes to be early, and whenever, like, because I don't drive, so he tends to, like, if I'm on a show with him, then I end up getting a lift with him. And I tend to be early, and he's always like 5 minutes. I mean, it's not that late, but like 5 minutes late and stuff. And then he's just like, no, but not to. But all respect to Smashing Mike. Shout out to Smashing Mike, because he's a guy. He's definitely gonna go places.
Yeah, for sure. Don't worry. Like, this is all like we're implying that respect is like given to everyone that you say here, and like these are their little flaws.
Oh, fair.
So the next one's very subjective, I guess, because it's all about opinion. But it's, who has the worst music taste? Like, say, maybe, like, I always say,
I don't know.
It's different to yours.
Oh, I don't know actually on that one. Yeah, because music's subjective, man. So whatever someone listens to, then that's gonna be that might be the greatest thing in the world to them, but not
someone else.
I don't really know. I think.
Do you do any other carpools where like someone's driving and put something on and you're like, oh, what is this?
Not really. No, I've been pretty okay with whatever car and music that I've heard. So yeah.
Well, that's pretty good then.
No one at the time being. I think everyone's been pretty solid with their music tastes.
Oh, that's good. Now you got to keep a listen out for it though.
Yeah, oh no, for sure. If I ever come back, then I'm gonna definitely hopefully have a list or something.
Yeah, we'll invite you back next year. You're like, I haven't answered this stuff.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
The next one's my favorite on the list. It's who under zero circumstances would you let a family member date?
And what? So wrestler or?
Yeah, like which wrestler, like that you work with, or you have worked with, like would you like if one of your family came in like arm in arm with them, would you be like, no, not happening?
Oh. Can I just say everyone? Just like
You can. We've said that. We've
yeah.
said that before. We've heard like just nobody should date a wrestler.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. To each their own for people. Yeah. But for me, like, no. Just like no. Just it's a hard no. But then again, I might come back. Yes. Actually, no. It's a hard no. Yeah. No wrestlers.
Just
No.
no, no, just
No.
especially not Nina Samuels.
No. Well,
The
no.
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 The next one is
Unless you want to get beaten up, yeah, then
yeah,
no.
oh, actually that'd be fun. Yeah, it could be like some sort of elaborate ruse the whole time.
Yeah. But you should definitely also be have a friend as a wrestler as well, or have a group of friends who are wrestlers, because then whenever you're in trouble, then
Yeah,
for
make
sure, then
wrestlers friends, not
back up.
partners.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that's a good. I think that's healthy. I think that's good. The next one is again like the music one. It's very subjective, but it's who has the worst dress sense. Like out of the ring, not ring gear. Like someone rocks up to a show wearing something, and you're like, "What are you wearing?"
Again, I can't think of anyone who's I would be like, what is this? I only think of people like who's just like, oh, I quite like that. Like I think of like a Chuck Mambo who's just like he has his own style, and I'm just like, oh, that's so cool.
We've had Mambo be this answer before, but like again, it's been like he doesn't dress bad. He dresses in a way that only Chuck Mambo can dress, and no one else will really be able to pull it off.
Yes, but also you look at that and then you think of like I look at people today and then it's just like so many people who like not in just wrestling, just in everyday life who dress the same, and I'm just like, yeah, that's your you need to like what happened to the times when everyone had their own style. So it's such big respect to Chuck Mambo who's just like you just for you know that's a Mambo style right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just all respect for that.
No, I love that. The next one is the nicer end of that. It's and this is quite interesting actually. I'm quite interested in your answer for this because again, you've got very like distinctive in-ring gear that's very unique and very very you. But this question is you've forgotten your gear for a show and you need to borrow someone's gear in the locker room. And we're talking like one size fits all though, so you can pick whoever you want. Whose gear do you look at and you're like, I could pull that off?
See, this is interesting also because then it's like, do I stick to the Ronnie Knocks aesthetic or do I just go completely to the opposite and just like try something new?
That's my favorite part of this question is the fact of like, yeah, do you stick with something comfortable or do you go out there?
Yeah, and just be like, you know what, the engineer is this today.
Yeah. We're also talking about like, again, if you want to like wear a guy's gear, we're talking about like everything that needs to be covered is covered essentially. So like,
okay. Okay.
You can do that as well.
Yes. Okay. This is good. This is good. It's getting me because I like the velvet for the Tate Mayfairs. I like that he has velvet because again, not many people do that, and I'm just like, oh, that's actually a look. I like Debbie Keitel just because she has a very unique style that is very much the Keitel-esque. I like Rain, like merch. Just I think she's got some of the coolest merch
that heavy metal.
ever. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, that is so sick. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be like a combination of different people's gear. Maybe Tate's trunks, Rain's merch, Debbie's ties. It'll be like a mishmash of like everybody's bits and pieces.
Oh, no one has ever thought to mesh gear before when I've asked that question. I love that.
Yeah, and just like, but then again, yeah, somehow make it also engineer-esque with like the grease paint and a little bit of grease paint here and yeah,
I
rough
love it.
there.
It's
Yeah.
the only time I think you'd safely see Tate Mayfair's and Rain Leverkusen merge like that, because
Oh yeah, maybe.
you
Yeah,
go back to who
yeah,
doesn't like each other.
yeah, exactly. No, exactly that. Yeah.
I think you could pull that off though. I think that would look good. I like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The velvet trunks, like the leather jacket. I think we've got something here.
Yeah, and the smashing mic chain or something. Yeah,
Oh
like the
yes,
gold chain. Yeah.
yeah. Oh man, we are getting a
Yeah.
serious look right now.
We're getting, yeah. I need someone to do like a fan art or something, or just like have, yeah, to see how that would look.
Anyone watching who can draw that up, yeah, and then you can get it done for like next, like some sort of like, again, like a Halloween or like gimmick show or something where you can like dress up.
Yeah, exactly. And then people are like, what is? Okay.
What would that name
like
even be? Like Tate Mayfair's, Rain Leverkusen, Debbie Keitel, I don't even know how you'd amalgamate those names together.
Yeah, no, definitely. It might have to be like an initials thing, or just like a. Yeah, I feel like only probably like the hardcore wrestling fans will get that per se.
There'd be that thing, isn't it? The casuals wouldn't get it, but there'd be the few fans out there in the crowd being like, "I know exactly what that is."
Yeah. We'll have to workshop some stuff for name wise.
Yeah.
But hopefully, yeah, we'll get something there.
Let's make it happen. The next one is who would throw the best party? Who would throw the party that Ronnie Knocks needs to be at?
Ronnie Knocks best party.
I did have Simon Miller point out to me actually that like when we recorded a few weeks ago that the best party doesn't necessarily mean the party you'd go to. Like, you know what I mean? People's taste.
Oh, okay.
Like he said Session Moth would throw the best party, but that's definitely not the party that I'd want to be at.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good answer
like,
as well.
so what is it's not really who is the best party. Who throws the most Ronnie Knocks party? Who throws the party that you'd most want to go to?
Oh, party that I'd want to most. Okay. I feel like maybe also like Sky Smithson. I feel like she could throw something out there. You know, she's got those hips that swivel. I can only imagine what kind of parties are going on over there.
Yeah. She's definitely throwing some rages, isn't she? Like the hips.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The hips are gyrating 24/7. You know, it's like.
Oh, I'll do that. Yeah, doing some bench presses as well, like single arm. Yeah, bicep curls. Yeah. So it'll be like a rager, but also like a
gym session.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I might pop my head into one of those and see.
That's good. Yeah. I think that's a good party choice.
Yeah,
and
get
the final one, the final one I think is the most important on the list is who would you want to be your partner in the zombie apocalypse? Sort of like the dating question. I always say this is like where you need to decide what you need that person for. Do you want someone to defend you, or do you want someone you can like throw to the wolves while you run, or do you want someone that you'll fight them back to back together and it'll be a team effort?
I suppose in that sense you probably want someone to like fight you back to back. Gambit to have teamed with quite a few times. I feel like he'll be a good partner to have on my side. If we need muscle as well, then got to get Levi in there. Could just takes multiple people out. With as well. Thinking of a couple of people. Again, the Session Moth, I feel like she could do good distraction tactics. So it's about whether, what role is each required for each person.
Yeah. Session Moth grinding on zombies is not the thing you want to see.
No, but again, it's a good distraction. I feel like they're not gonna.
You can leg it. The zombies will be too distracted.
Yeah, like, what's going on here? That's
the line. I'm interested to know if that's the line, because we know that like Moth is happy to grind on most people, but would she grind on a zombie?
I feel like she would.
Yeah.
Like get them going. Yeah, I feel like it's like why discriminate, guys? Yeah,
that's very true.
Join the party.
Yeah, just because you're undead does not mean you're not grindable. That's
You never know. Yeah, you never know why they. You never know. It might just reincarnate or something inside of them, and then yeah.
oh, we're going down a dark rabbit hole now. If Moth has that power by grinding on someone,
Those hips don't lie. Those hips don't be lying.
The idea that Moth has the power to bring people like undead people back to life by grinding on them is wild.
That's a power if I've ever seen one.
I was going to say, if you had given me a list of things we would talk about during this recording, I would never have put that down in a million.
I mean, you asked the questions, bro. So
I know.
yeah, that's all you.
I still wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, that's all you, bro.
That's brilliant. I like it. Well, that brings brings an end to that feature. We've got one more feature that we like to close the show with. But before that, I want to ask you again about another show that you're a regular on, but not as Ronnie Knocks, because again, I can't believe you didn't say it as part of Dishing the Dirt. You didn't say Alexander Ross for a single answer.
Yeah, of course. There's so many different names and wrestlers in the sphere that no, he is also a good one for the Apocalypse as well.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so yeah, I've got to put him in there as well.
But like, you don't need it to say him, right? Because you're the same person, right?
Some say. I've heard rumors.
That's what I've been led to believe.
There's Alexander, better than Alexander Ruff. Whether they're the same person or not, then yeah. So, but I just didn't want to throw myself into the Apocalypse because you said specifically I need a partner. So
yeah, exactly. You can't be both, can you? You can't be two places at once. Like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
That'd be tricky. That's too much work for you. You need someone to have you back.
Exactly. So, I mean, yeah. It depends whether I want to take that much of a load or not. I mean, I imagine that that kind of apocalypse is going to have an effect on the psyche. So, in that sense, I'll need someone. Yeah.
Then it'll be a problem, won't it? Then it'll be like a proper split personality thing where, like, you know, Ronnie Knocks and Better Than Alexander Roth will merge, and you won't even be able to tell who's who anymore at that point.
No, we'll just be one. Yes, it would just be one, and again, a sight for sore eyes.
But it's great. I think it's great. I think everything like going on at Fist Club is brilliant. I mean, like the work you do there is great. I've got to ask, like, what does Roth think of Better Than Alexander Roth? Like,
he loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first time that it was born, then it was just like, that's cool. So then the fact that it got to be the two Roths standing face to face with one another, and yeah, there was the chance of like, let's go Roth. We hate Roth all, but yeah, it was very much split, like Roth split personality. But yeah, it was very much something that cannot be replicated or cannot be done easily. So yeah, good sense of humor.
No, yeah, I think that's important, isn't it? But again, it's not every day you get to wrestle the mirror opposite of yourself.
Literally, yeah. I feel like it's one of those multiverse type matchups that you don't get to see every day, and if you did, then it would just be boring. So yeah, I hope he got a good beating from himself. So
absolutely, he absolutely did. But I was gonna say, like, I guess the key question I want to ask is like, why Roth? Like, why were you drawn to that? Like, why did you decide like this is what I'm gonna do?
Technically, I didn't decide. It was Heather who runs Fist Club. She they wanted to do that type of show, and then they were like, "Oh, you Roth, you Alexander Roth," and I was like,
it was Heather. It was Heather who thought you should be Roth.
Yes, it was all Heather's idea. So I was just like, yes. How did you know I was already Alexander Roth? And yeah, then that was born, and then got a chance to do it again, and then, but yes, do the Marvel-esque multiverse section, and to come from the stratosphere, having both of us appear, looking eye to eye, and yeah, it was cool. Yeah, but that did not come from my own brain. Heather just kind of pulled it out of me and saw that you are Roth, and I was like, oh yes, I am. I am Alexander Roth.
You kept it hidden for so long that someone had finally seen it.
Exactly, it had to come out eventually.
And now you get to do it more. Because like most Fist Club posters now, you're like right there. Well, sorry, better than Alexander Roth is right there.
But who says? But Fist Club is such an entity that, yeah, you never know what's going to happen. So who knows on the next one whether I will be a Roth or Tina Turner or, you know, just a 1950s robot. It's the engineer.
What we're learning here is that Fist Club can make like everyone versatile as a wrestler.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's just part of the engineer. I keep saying that I have many tools in my belt, and it's just, yeah, whether I want to get the Tina belt or the robot belt, it's whether, yeah, I've got many tools that have yet to be opened. So yes,
we need some sort of like Fist Club Rumble where you do like the Mick Foley. You know what I mean? Like you get eliminated and you come back as like another persona.
I've been saying that, yeah, I've wanted to do like a Fist Club, like almost like a awards ceremony type thing, like how I think WWE did with the Slammies.
Yeah,
they should have that with Fist Club and just have all these different characters and just performances, and I think that would work.
Do you have a favorite Fist Club persona that you portray? Do you have one that like you prefer above the others? Like trying to ask a mother to pick her favorite child.
But kind of basically, maybe it changes all the time. But maybe today, I like doing the 1960s like robot just because it's so different as well, and I just get to do it goes. I never really know where it's gonna go, but then it's just like this is fun. But then also Tina Turner, I can't deny
the power. Fist Club character.
Yeah, you can't deny the power of Tina, so that's also up there. But it depends on the day. But yeah, definitely they are very much. I take them very seriously. Yeah.
No, you should. Yeah, absolutely. You can tell, and that's important as well because, like, again, I think Fist Club offer something so different, so fun, so unique to the wrestling sphere. Like something that you like. Again, you have like fun promotions, of course, like Attack, like Riot Cabaret, but I don't think anything offers what Fist Club offer.
It's definitely different, and I have also seen some of the blending of what Fist Club offers to other promotions as well, or at least seen the influence, which is interesting, and also it just shows the power of what people want to see and what they view as entertainment as well. So it's only a good thing, and if there can be just more fun in wrestling, which I feel like it's happening as well, so then people have more fun. When you see the wrestlers having fun, then I feel like the audience will then in turn have more fun as well. So it's only a good thing, I think.
Yeah, and that's exactly like as a wrestler yourself, like that's what you want, right? In terms of like, I know you again, you like we spoke about, you love the technical style as well, but it's nice to have that mix. It's nice to know that week to week, month to month, you might be doing something completely different, and like it keeps you on your toes rather than wrestling sort of the same style of match every single show.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it just also it's that unpredictability of you don't know what you're going to get with certain shows as well. So then it's definitely a thing of like, what's going to happen here? Or, I didn't realize I was going to have this much fun at this per se. And it's going to make me feel like, okay, I'm going to go and watch the next one. So it just gets people excited, and again, gets the wrestlers excited, and just, it brings a different meal to the table as well. So that can only be a good thing.
Absolutely. Something else I wanted to ask about in terms of like very different shows. Just like I didn't have it down to ask you originally, but it just got announced today. Obviously, is next month. Again, Purpose are running Roy Johnson's Everything Patterned, and I know that's a show you've been on a lot in the past as well. We've spoken to Roy and like a few other people about this show as well, just generally. But like, I feel like it's so important. Like, it's such an important show that again runs every year and like gets some great eyes on it, but also like speaking to Roy about it as well, it seems like he said like at first when he first put the show on, it was really difficult because there weren't a lot of like people of color on the scene. But now it seems like there's so much more. There's like that plethora to choose from now. There's so many people that can be on those shows now, which shows how much the scene has grown in that way in terms of diversity. And like, it's someone who's been on the scene for a while. Is that something you've seen? Is that something you can like attest to in terms of like the scene, especially diversity wise, is in a better place now than it was like a few years ago?
Yeah, it's definitely getting better. I wouldn't say it's complete. It's definitely not where I feel like it needs to be. And just the fact that it's great also just to have these kinds of shows every year, just to also put a spotlight on different talent that is in the UK, because there is a lot of talent, and even if they just get a chance to show them on this scale and have them on a bigger stage, that's only a good thing. But I also am aware that I'd want to see that there shouldn't be a strictly one show a year. They should be on many different shows. And I know that hopefully over time that's going to be a thing where you see so many different talent of color in some of the biggest promotions in the world. So if we can also just highlight that through everything pattern, then that's only a good thing. And it's definitely gotten better. It's not where it needs to be, but hopefully we're on the steps of where it needs to be.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like in terms of like yourself, like when you started like training and stuff like coming through, can you see like that there's enough, like not enough, like not, again, it's like you say, it's not the place it needs to be, but there's significantly more representation now, like than say when you first started, like people of color who are starting now have more people they can look up to now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like, you've got even like the Smashing Mikes and the Levi's, A-Roths and Roy's, and with girls, there's Aisha Raymond, who was in Japan, and just also the Kanjis, and just there are getting more and more people as well. But it's just also important just to highlight where, and Aaliyah James is as well, and it's just important to giving them the opportunity to show what they can do, and then guaranteed that when they get to show what they can do, then people will be entertained and excited. And I see, hopefully now over time that people can be inspired or just be like, oh yes, I saw you on this show and it made me want to get into wrestling. And it's getting there. And hopefully I only assume that over time it's going to be even bigger than it is now.
For sure. Fingers crossed. Absolutely. Well, that brings us on to our final segment of the podcast, and we asked you to dish the dirt on your locker room mates. Now I'm going to ask you about Ronnie Knocks, but this is like sort of about you outside the ring. So I'm going to ask you some questions again, and I want you to let me know what comes to mind.
Okay.
So the first one is, what is your favorite post-pinfall pig out?
Post-pinfall pig out. Terrible with these. Just I don't really. Let's go with fries. I like a fry. Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of fries do you go for? Like, do you have a specific type? Do you like say like curly or like straight or like sweet potato?
Just the straight McDonald's type. Yeah. I'm not too picky on that regard. Anything with potato. Yeah.
Any kind of potato is good. Any kind of fry. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
No, it's fair. I like it.
Or maybe not sweet potato. I'm not too big of a fan of that. But
no, I agree with that. Sweet potato fries are like garbage to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be healthy. I know a lot of people who like them. It's just never been my cup of tea.
No, I'm with you on that. It's like I don't want like that sweetness with a burger. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm having a burger,
Yeah.
nuggets or whatever, I don't want like a sweetness with it.
If I wanted sweet, I'll go with dessert. But yeah, exactly.
No, I get it. The next one, they're not all food based, but just this next one is it's the classic, like, what would your like death row last meal be?
I suppose it depends on what I'm in the mood for. Because I feel like I eat a lot of like coleslaw and salmon and like fish and stuff. So, but then I feel like that's a bit of a lame, boring.
If that's what you like, if that's what would be like your like, if you'd be happy with that as your last meal, then it's like.
No, I could go better with this. Like, I like a strudel. If I could eat anything, probably like a pepperoni, a pizza, fries. Have a strudel. Do you like a strudel?
Oh, strudel's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a strudel at that, and yeah, get a like a drink in there as well, like a cider or something.
Nice. No, I want strudel now. I'm a sucker for strudel. Like this is really bad. This isn't last meal worthy, but like we get our like shopping. Me and my partner get our shopping delivered from like Asda, and they have frozen strudel that's like this big, like, and it's like £1.20, and it like feeds us for like the whole weekend, and it is incredible. Like I'm not saying it's like the best strudel I've ever had, but for £1.20, it might be like.
How big is the strudel?
It's like. I'd probably say it's like just over a foot long. Like if you got like a foot long from Subway, it's probably a bit longer than that.
Oh, dude, that's good.
Like we literally split it in half. So obviously it's me and my partner, so we split it in 4, and we have like one portion each on like Friday night and one portion each on the Saturday night. So
see, that's dangerous also, because then if I have one bit, then I'm just like I need another, and then it goes quickly. So then it's just like, oh yeah, but no, £1.20, that is good.
Legit, I think Morrison's do it. The 2 places I know that we get it from, it's like £1.20 or £1.40 is Morrison's and Asda. So if you got one of those near you, I definitely recommend it. Like again,
you could get them in bulk as well.
Yeah, like this is like a big, like you could put like 5 in your freezer and like have it ready.
No, you're giving me ideas, dude. This is legit,
good. I would definitely check it out. Like I say, it's definitely not the best strudel you're ever gonna have, but like in terms of price to taste ratio, it might be the best strudel you ever have.
I also speak the language of cheap, so anything that's like not too expensive, then I'm just like,
the thing.
Yes,
that's what drew us in, because we saw it on the shopping list one day, and we were like, should we give it a go? Like expecting it to be terrible, and we were like, oh my god, for £1.20, this is incredible.
Yes, no, oh mate, no. You
just custard as well. You got to have custard with it.
I'm not a big fan of custard.
No,
I don't like custard. No, I'm sorry, you lost me there.
Oh no! Oh, it was all going so well.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
Right. Okay. Well, like
an ice cream, I could. Yeah, maybe an ice cream, but
ice cream would be alright. I'd accept ice cream as a secondary answer.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
You can come over. We'll make the strudel. We'll have strudel, and we'll get you some ice cream to have with it. And me and my partner.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I really want strudel now.
So yeah, you're making me hungry, dude. I'm just like,
Those first 2 questions of this always make me hungry. The answers are always like so good that I'm like, okay, now I need food.
Now I need food. Now I need. I'm just like, is it too late? Is Asda still open right now?
I'll get a snack after this, but the problem is that we don't have strudel now in the freezer, so I can't have it. So it's going to be
you're not going to get satisfied.
Yeah, exactly. I'll have a snack, but it won't be as satisfying as what I really want.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Again, I'm blaming this all on you. So.
I'm sorry. And now I'm really hungry, but the next one's away from food. So actually, that might help. I'll get our minds off it.
Okay.
So the next one is what is the song that gets you the most hyped?
Most hyped. I feel like, recently I've been on a bit of a Fat Man Scoop thing, because he's the ultimate hype man.
Nice.
R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Normally my music taste, it gravitates to, I listen to a lot of Alice in Chains, and they tend to get me quite in I'm a big Alice in Chains fan. So
I love that. Yeah, a bit of grunge. Yeah.
Yeah. very much, yeah. For all their albums, very, very big fan. If they were ever to do a live show, then I'm like there in a heartbeat.
I'll be there. I'll be there with you. Yeah. Well, that's what we'll go see Alice in Chains, have strudel. It'll be fine. Perfect night.
Yes.
Right.
What's your favorite Alice in Chains song?
I've got to be honest. Like again, like I like them. I can't say I'm like big fan. Like so, my taste is more like metal than grunge. So like,
Okay, fair.
but like I'll go and see like I'd go and see like Alice in Chains. I'll go and see Pearl Jam, but again, like not like big on them. Like
Fair. That's fair,
like I just enjoy live music, and if it's heavy, that's all the better.
Oh, fair.
But
fair,
like
dude.
I was brought up on like metal, so like my taste is like Maiden and Motley Crue and like Def Leppard and stuff like that.
I'd say though that Alice in Chains do have that metal tendencies because they were quite influenced by Black Sabbath and
Yeah,
Ozzy Osbourne, so they do have quite a little bit of those. Yeah,
I think they're like
tendencies
heavier.
in their
They're like
music.
yeah, more towards the metal side than say like a Nirvana or like a Pearl Jam.
Yeah, no, fair dude. Yeah,
They're definitely like
I agree
that.
with
Like
that.
yeah, I mean like I just go and see sort of like any band that I can, like any heavy band that I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's fair dude.
I don't like I don't again like I don't discriminate. If it's heavy, then I'll probably go see it.
Yeah, your ears are gravitated towards those. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
sounds.
Like, but that's the thing. I'd sound like a dick if I say like you ask me favorite song, I'd say it's like Wood because like it's the obvious one. But like it's not like again, I couldn't say that I like them enough to be like oh like a deep cut or something.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Oh, yeah, no.
But the next one's movie taste. It's what is the movie that you'd show the locker room?
I always say one of my favorite films is Heathers.
Yeah.
Yes, from I think 1989. That's a quality film.
That's a
Can
great.
never get bored of it. Such a quotable film that resonates with that I don't think will ever get old. So
that like connects with you, yeah.
Such a good film.
No, I love that. I love that. The next one's a bit of a throwback because it's what is your first job?
Think it was maybe like working box office, I think.
Oh yeah, like cinema.
Yeah, or like at a theatre. Yeah, like box office in a theatre before I became the apprentice of the engineer society. Yeah. Before I got my degree in engineering, then definitely somewhere I think it was pretty sure it was like a box office in a little pop-up theatre.
Nice. That's like a nice first job.
Yeah, no, it was all right. You got to see some cool performances and stuff.
Yeah. I was going to say, what, you got free tickets and stuff to like shows?
Not free tickets. Well, because you're working there, then yes, no, yeah. If there was like someone who took your shift, someone else who was doing a shift, and then they had like space, and you could go in and see play for free. So yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, pretty
that's a pretty sweet deal. I like that. I like that. The next one gets a little deep because it's what is your greatest fear?
I suppose it kind of goes back to just wanting to be the best that I can. So I suppose sounds a bit odd, but just if I don't get to do, like, if you put so much work into something that you care and love about, and then if you're not able to really fully establish that, then it is a bit of not a fear, but a bomber. So, how people say they fear failure in a way, then I suppose there's inclinations of that in me as well, just wanting to show what I can do and do it make a living of that. So maybe that I'd say.
No, I love that. I think that's good. Like, I think that's important as well. Like, it's sort of like almost like a good fear to have. It sort of pushes you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just whether it will happen because lots of people do it and do it at a high level, and sometimes it works out for people, or sometimes it doesn't. So then it's just seeing whether you're going to be that I suppose the 2% that it works out for. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, sure. The next one is what is your favorite animal?
I like a horse.
Yeah.
Horses, yeah. I like a horse. They're quite, noble, but also quiet, determined creatures.
Yeah.
Like the black horse, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I've been called by others the black horse. So yeah, I'll go with the horse today.
Nice. I like it. The next, there's only a couple more left. The next one is what is your favorite place in the world?
My bed. No.
You can say that. I think Scotty Rourke said that when we had him on. He said it was his bed.
Yeah, okay, yeah, my bed. Yeah, I'll go with that.
I think it's a good shout. I think, like, again, bed is a wonderful place to be.
It's great. Yeah.
It's like the thing is with bed is like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's probably just me, but like I sleep really badly. So like when it comes to getting in bed, I'm like, I don't want to be in bed. But like that bit in the morning where you wake up and like you literally, you know what I mean?
You have to crawl yourself, get pulled out. Otherwise, no, bed's never let me down. So
bed should never let bed has never let anyone down, really.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes
some people may disagree with that, but
sometimes it does. Sometimes it does let you down. Yeah, I'll revise that. And the final one is what is your dream holiday destination?
Dream holiday. Probably. I have a couple, but I like to go to Rome. I've never been to Italy. Yeah, it's very hot there, but the food and the architecture and I have a couple. Rome, New York. I just wanted to go to New York and I'll say for those two, Rome and New York for sure.
Nice, I like that. Are you like a chilled out holiday, or do you like to like explore?
I don't really like going on a holiday. I mean, I feel like if you are in a country, you have to do it's a little bit of a waste not to do the exploring and seeing, just seeing different environments and stuff, because then I feel like if you don't, then you'll just regret it. And it's all about the making memories and seeing, getting out of your own mind and seeing what else is out there. So I feel like you have to do that.
No, I love that. Well, that's the last of those questions, and we're coming to the end of the podcast. But I want to take you back to, again, something we were talking about at the beginning, where you said you wanted to get out there more and do more and like be more places. So we always say, if we were having this conversation this time next year, and we had you on the show again, and I said, Ronnie Knocks, has it been a good year for you? What would constitute that for you in terms of like this time 2025? What would be a good year for Ronnie Knocks?
Similar to what I was saying before, of like, I want to take Ronnie Knocks and push it to the next level, and that would mean seeing more eyes on me. That would be like going to more promotions, and I'd love to debut in Wales, debut in Ireland. I feel like the Welsh scene in particular, they've got some of the best wrestling going on today. So I'd want to definitely be a part of that. Ireland, I've never been there, so I'd love to do that. I'd love to go back to Scotland, and that would mean just traveling, being seen in more promotions in the UK, but also abroad. The ultimate goal would be to go to Japan. I'd love to wrestle in Japan, even if it's just the one match. I would love that. And also maybe go to the US and see what that scene is about. So basically, a good year would be just to go and, knock on wood, travel and be in as many different promotions as I can, and more people being familiar with the name Ronnie Knocks.
I think that's great. I think I love that. I think that's important. And yeah, no, that's really cool. That's really cool. And again, like personally, like as we're wrapping up, just like I think you've had a wonderful year, and I like can't wait to see where you go from there. I think like you really are climbing that ladder, and like really, really do hope you keep managing to get those opportunities, because like it's a lot of fun watching you wrestle.
I appreciate that, man. And yeah, I haven't forgotten about the strudel. So yeah, that's.
I was hoping you had.
No. You've. Yeah. Again, I told you, Ronnie Knocks holds grudges. Ronnie Knocks doesn't forget.
Oh, I'm in trouble, aren't I? God, I'm in. Yeah.
No, not for now. Not now. It's you still have time. 29th of September. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good to know. I've got a bit of time.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all good.
Panicking now. Like.
Yeah, you're sweating. Don't worry. It's fine.
No, I'm glad. But like again, we are coming to the end. I do have one final question for you, Ronnie, and that's the thing. I've like while we've been chatting, I've been scouring my phone because I had it on my notes, because we have a closing tradition here on the podcast where our last guest leaves a question for our next guest without any context of who they're going to be leaving it for. But my phone has decided to use now as the moment that it seems to fuck up and has deleted all my notes. So I don't have you that question. So I'm going to ask you the question that was left before, which seems to have not been deleted. So I don't know what's happened with my phone. It's very upsetting. I don't know what's happening right now. But I'm going to ask you the question before that as well instead. So someone else will get the question that you were left, but that's fine, because no one knows who they're leaving it for anyway.
You make the rules.
The question is, I think it's quite a good one. So the question is, there's a red button that you can press, and if you press that red button, you will be signed to whichever promotion you want for as long as you want, for whatever you want. But it means that 3 people that you know can no longer wrestle. Do you press the button?
Oh, that's
It's a tough one.
Yeah, that is.
It's a deep one. It's like a.
That is. It's like to be. I feel like also it depends on the mood I'm in. Let's be gracious, and no, I won't press it. I'll be gracious today, because sometimes it's the long road, and then you never know what's going to happen, and even if you don't, the people might decide also, like those 3 people might decide, oh, okay, I'm not gonna wrestle anymore, so why take it out of their hands in that regard? Just let the universe or the world play fate and do the same, I suppose, in my field as well.
No, I like that. I think that's right. I think that's the right thing to do, isn't it? Like sometimes you want to be a little selfish, but I think the right thing to do is not be.
But I know so many people would do the selfish thing and be like, nah, screw that. But and to each their own.
There are those people that wouldn't think like that, for sure.
For sure. And even some of those people might even be like doing well today, but you never know if it will come back around.
Exactly. No, I think you made the right call. Well, I'll get your question for our next guest once we finish recording. But Ronnie Knocks, thank you so much for coming on the Grapple Theory podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Oh no, thank you, dude. And yes, keep engineer. Yeah, engineer, it's always time to get to work, and thank you for having me.
No, of course. Well, you say engineers always getting to work, and that leaves us with our closing segment, I guess, because we always give our last word to our guest. So for you, Ronnie Knocks, for anyone watching this who's enjoyed this, who wants to come and check you out, who hasn't seen you before, if they see you on a poster near them, like RevPro, at Pro Wrestling East, at Hustle, at Head Drop, wherever else you may be, or whatever persona you may be, if it's Fist Club as well. Why, if people come and see Ronnie Knocks, why is Ronnie Knocks going to steal the show?
Because Ronnie Knocks is different. She's her own person. offering something different than I don't think is necessarily often showcased. So yeah, again, it's that thing of like you never know what you're gonna get with Ronnie. So expect the unexpected, and if you're up for a good time or want something different to your everyday life, then yeah, check her out. Check out the shows that I'm on, because I guarantee that you'll at least see something that maybe you didn't see the day before. Or again, especially if you haven't seen a wrestling show, you're definitely going to get in for a treat